Mindset Mastery, No Days Off with Mostafa, and today's guest is FRAIDZADA Real Estate Agent, aka one of the old school, the best out of there, you know. So let's go and discover this gentleman, which for me is one of my top 3 person in my life that affected me a lot in all ways, you know, professional way. FRAIDZADA, here we are. What's up, my man? How you doing?
Not bad yourself.
Good, good, good. So how did you find it today?
It was intense.
Yeah.
It was very intense because I didn't work out the legs for like a week, you know? So today was the first day that I was doing leg after a week, and it was pretty intense. I liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome,
Nice.
man. No days off, man.
No
That's
days
what it
off,
is.
that's what it is.
So tell me, like, who are you? Who's this guy? Who's this FRAIDZADA? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know you from one angle,
Yes.
but I mean, you know, we want to know like who exactly you are. Like,
Well, you said it. I think the introduction was pretty nice. Thank you. So FRAIDZADA, I'm a real estate agent by profession. I am a father of 3 kids. I am also a what should you say, a stubborn person in many ways, if you can call it that way. When there's something that I want to do, it's pretty hard for me to just let it go, you know. If I want to do it, it might take time. That's for sure. Sometimes it might take me a year to realize how much I want it. But if I want it, I'll end up getting it. So that's who I am by nature. And it's nice, you know, life is a journey, right? So you learn so much. Things that you think when you're young, you're like, oh, this is who I am, this is who I am. 5 years, you know, down the line, like, really, was I thinking that way? Est-ce que je suis la même personne? Non, je suis pas la même personne. Fait que la vie, c'est une évolution, puis je suis quelqu'un de définitif qui peut dire que j'ai évolué beaucoup, you know, autant mentalement, émotionnellement que physiquement, you know. Yeah, that's I guess you can
awesome,
say
man.
that about me.
so yeah. So basically, what you're telling me is that when you want something, I mean, there's no other option but to go and get it and make sure that you achieve it. It's in your hand, in your control.
Absolutely. There's always that options. I mean, there's always that idea that, oh, okay, you know what? It's too difficult. Let's do something else. There's always that possibilities are there. There are a billion possibilities, right? But what I was trying to say is that if I want something, like if I truly want something, I have to first internalize it. That emotion of wanting something, having something, right? Whether it's a good body, whether it's, you know, training 5 days a week, whether it's, you know, a transaction, a client, you want to go get a listing, right? I have a way of first making it internalized. So I have to truly feel that I already own that thing, right? Mm-hmm. Then once I feel that I already have it, then the getting it becomes easier. If I don't internalize it, then it just becomes a want, a wish, you know?
So you have to imagine it, you have to feel it.
Feel it first. If I don't feel it, that's why I was saying, des fois ça prend 1 an, tu sais, parce que je l'ai pas senti encore. But c'est juste le vœu qui est là, you know?
Yeah,
the wish is there. I had heard a quote that really marked me. It says, 2 words that has exactly the same amount of letters, but they mean the complete opposite. The word want and the word will. When you say, I want to have this, I want to do that, I want to do this, it's very light. Everybody wants something. When you say, I will do this, I will do that, then all the intention is towards, okay, ce gars-là, il va le faire, là, tu comprends? He will do that thing. So then even if you're discussing that with somebody, you know that back in their head, they're like, oh shit, ce gars-là, il dit, il va faire ça. So yeah, they're waiting to see what will happen. If you just say, I want, everybody wants something, who cares?
Yeah.
It's just a wish in the air, you know?
I want to be a millionaire tomorrow.
Yeah, me too.
But, you know, everybody wants something, right? So I think it's when it comes to what I used to say, the phrase of, I can, I will, and I must.
I must.
If I want something.
Exactly.
Right? So these are all the 3 things that you must do.
Yeah.
To be able to achieve the I want part, you know?
Absolutely.
Because other than that, it's not going to work.
Exactly. So the want part it marked me because the want part is always something that remains for a long time, and the vibration just floats around. When you say I will, oh God, man, the will is like there's like an action plan that comes in your head, and you're like, I will do this. Now you need to find a way to do it. Mm. It's just not just in the air, you know. So, yeah.
So, you know, coming back, how long has it been that you're a real estate agent now?
So this year, July 1st, will be 15 year completed.
Wow.
Yes.
15 years, huh?
Yes.
That's a long journey with lots of challenges, the up and down,
A
and
lot.
especially with this pandemic past 3 years,
Yes.
been a
Yeah,
roller
roller
coaster.
coaster. Yeah, like definitely. COVID showed us a market that I had never seen before in 15 years, right? Like in prior, I mean, 10 years prior to that. I started when the recession of 2008 started.
Wow.
So it was like right in the middle of it when I started. So I didn't get affected by it because I was new anyways. You know, I had no expectations. I hadn't seen the market prior to that. So for me, it was just the beginning. I had started and, you know, I learned as I move forward. But pandemic, when it happened, in the beginning, it was very shocking. But then the way the market changed, oof, we had no idea how to handle it. It was just like, it was all out of control completely, you know? Yeah, I remember we used to do, there was a one client, I remember this guy, again, you see, real estate is a beautiful profession because you're constantly with people, you're always dealing with people. And if you're someone who is learning from others, if you have that mindset that you're learning from others, then real estate will teach you a lot of stuff in life, you know? And there's this one specific client, I won't name him, but this guy, I swear, I did, I think, probably like 55 visits with him, maybe 20 offers, and every single time it got refused because, you know,
Yeah,
surenchère,
it was
right?
the jungle
It was
that
crazy,
time.
bro.
It was crazy.
And I remember every single time, I used to feel so bad. Like after the 6th, 7th time, I used to feel so bad. I was calling him like, you know, Mr. Whatever. I'm so sorry, man. It didn't work out. I was feeling bad. I was sad, right? But this guy kept saying, "It's okay, man." He had this phrase in Farsi. He's like, "My intellect is in its place. My money is in its place. We continue. Don't worry about it." You know? He used to tell me, "Aql nasarin, paisin dajibin." What to worry? Let's continue.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this guy is so patient, you know? And when he found the condo that he purchased, and until today, it's been 3 years, every time I talk to him, he is so happy and he's like, you know, dua mo kana, you know, he prays
praying,
for me. He's like, you've been such a wonderful agent. So it's wonderful.
I think it's one of the things that my mom, or I'm sure your parents would say also, is that time heals. Like
Yeah,
when
time is a healer.
just get to the destination. It's better that it takes days to get there than it takes one day fast and something happens.
Yeah, exactly.
So patience is the game, and
Yeah.
and you have to believe the process.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that brings us to one of the reasons why we're here today is the fact that when I started my challenge, one of the person that really affected me in a positive way was with you. Knowing that for the past couple of years you've been sober,
Yes.
you've stopped alcohol,
Yes.
and you've been having this lion mindset lately. Like the couple of years that I've seen you juggling with professional life, with family life. With the social life, like as a real estate agent, it must be hard going to 5 à 7, you must be often maybe in restaurants, bars, and dealing with customers, and dealing with friends and family, like not being able to not have a drink with them. Tell me about it. Like, what pushed you? That when you started, and why? And if you don't mind, and how is it today? What are the plus and the minus? Like, let's go.
Bro, I stopped alcohol exactly 8 years ago. Okay, it was November 2015. I was at a party, family party, the kind of party that always has alcohol, right? It's like you're waiting for that moment to get together and start out drinking. And prior to that, it was like, ça faisait quelques années déjà que j'étais comme, je file pas trop bien quand je bois. Tu me connais, tu m'as vu plusieurs fois. Je sentais pas bien le lendemain quand j'avais bu.
The hangover.
The hangover time. That was the worst time, right? And it was really like affecting me negatively in the sense that I was like, why am I ruining 2 days after that for a couple of hours of chilling, right? So that thought process had started, right? And you know how it is, right? When end of the year approaches, you're like, oh, my New Year resolutions, right? So that day, I remember, I think end of November, we had a party at my in-laws. And I'm like, why the hell am I waiting for the New Year resolution? Why not start it now? And I think that was the beginning of this new mindset that I have, that no more procrastination. If you want to do something, don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for an occasion to do it. do it. You thought about it right now, do it right now, because tomorrow is already late, because you thought about it yesterday, right? The mindset started 8 years ago. And so that night, in the beginning when we got there, we talked about alcohol, this and that, it was fine. But then when the moment came, I'm like, boys, tonight I'm announcing something, I'm done. No more alcohol for me. And they're like, you're joking, you're this and that. I'm like, no, I'm serious. Today is the day. I'm gonna chill with you guys, I'm gonna have fun, but I'm done. No more alcohol for me for life. And have you ever felt where you had something, let's say a bruise or something, and when it healed, or a headache, you have a time on it and it goes away in a way that you're like, oh my God, an hour ago I had that kind of feeling. Like it's gone. I don't resonate with that feeling anymore, right? I felt like that after that night. Every single time I'm surrounded with alcohol, I have absolutely no desire to drink. No desire. Like it's as if I've never wanted to drink in my life. You see? So whether it's hard alcohol, or for example le vin, la bière, n'importe quoi, j'ai plus envie. Oui, la bière, j'aime ça, le goût du bière. Puis j'ai du bière sans alcool l'été, j'aime ça surtout avec un barbecue parce que le goût, je l'aime. Mais l'alcool, j'ai aucune envie de boire l'alcool. C'est fini, c'est parti. Puis j'ai bu depuis l'âge de 13 ans. Et non, 13 ans, j'avais commencé à boire occasionnellement. Tu comprends?
You're so illegal.
That's I have friends
Who was the provider?
Yeah, that's another podcast. It's not a longer one. But yeah, so that's how it started, and slowly that mindset became my mindset. In life, with family, the same thing. Like real estate is the type of job the type of profession that you could work 7 days a week, 24 hours. There's always work if you want to do it, right? But then I'm a family man. I value a lot family, a lot, and especially when kids are young, I value that a lot. I spending time with your young kids until age 5, 6, 7. I think that's the most crucial thing to do, because that's the foundational years of your kids, right? Mm-hmm. So the more you're spending time with them, the more you're having experiences with them, whether it's whatever it is, doesn't matter. Anything you're doing, as long as you're present in their life, then that becomes their foundation. And the relationship, you will only see it when they're adults. That's when you will feel it. So sometimes je regarde, est-ce que je fais le bon affaire? Comment je sais si je suis bien positionné maintenant avec tout ce que je fais avec mes enfants? Tu vas pas le savoir. Tu vas le savoir seulement dans 20, 30 ans. Quand eux vont devenir parents, quand eux vont devenir adultes, c'est là que tu vas le savoir. Puis ça, c'est encore là, tu penses, c'est toutes des expériences, des choses que j'ai acquis à travers l'immobilier. Parce que en étant en contact avec des clients, toutes sortes de clients, mais t'apprends. Puis moi, j'aime ça, parler hors immobilier avec mes clients, tu comprends? De temps à autre, tu comprends?
Mais like, tu crées un monde spécial avec tes clientèles. Je veux dire, c'est pas juste une question de profession, tu sais, c'est pas une question de juste vendre ou mettons exemple, peu importe. C'est vraiment aussi vraiment aller chercher le côté humain.
Humain, c'est relationnel, tu comprends? Puis, comme que ce soit n'importe quelle race, tu comprends? J'ai travaillé pas mal avec toutes sortes de monde. Que ce soit des Afghans, des Indiens, des Pakistanais, des Arabes, des Chinois, des Asiatiques, je veux dire, des Européens, des Africains, des Haïtiens, des Latinos, toutes sortes de monde. Et j'en parle tout le temps. Et je te jure, when you think about it, we're all the same.
Oh, yeah.
People, the value system are all the same. The ones that have, good values, it's always the same. It's always the same. So, at the end of the day, it's like you learn internationally, it's called like that,
Well, I think this is the beauty of being a real estate agent. Yeah. I mean, working in that field is that every day you're able to learn. Yeah. Not only in your profession but also human wise. Yeah. I mean, like just the fact that if you meet a client from Africa and you've never heard of the country or their culture or whatever it is, well, guess what? That day, I'm sorry to say that, but I can feel that I will go to bed less stupid in a way. I will be more smarter.
Absolutely.
Sorry, well, you can see it that way, stupid or maybe the way more smarter because you've just learned something amazing.
Yeah,
and funny part is that sometimes, when I used to, I don't know if you remember when I gave the conference one day and where I said something, I think I said the person in front of you is the most important person in your life because you never know. Sometimes so many times happens that you do something or you learn something and like a month after, that thing that you learned that you never thought you would learn or you knew about it like it comes to your face that you have to you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, whoa. It's like, you know, let's example I'm giving you. You have a client from Cameroon, example. For the past 15 years, you never had a client from Cameroon.
Yeah.
And then out of the blue, you have a client that is from Cameroon, and you learn. And like 2 weeks later, you have like 3 more clients from Cameroon. You know, that happens. You know, like that. And you're like, wow, I can take that knowledge 3 weeks ago that I've learned, and I can implement it with my new clients that has no connection between them.
Absolutely.
It's insane.
Absolutely. And this has happened many times. Recently, I'm actually dealing right now with some clients like that from Ile Maurice.
Okay, nice.
Okay. And I've had clients long time ago from Ile Maurice, and for like 10 years almost, I had no clients from Ile Maurice. And within a span of a month, I got 3 clients from Ile Maurice. That this thing, like you said, ils se connaissent pas là. C'est juste du monde random. One got referred by a guy who's from IT because they work together. The other one saw my ads on Facebook. They're like, I really like the way you work. I want to work with you. And the other one got my flyer in their house. 3 distinct, but it was
3 different worlds.
Exactly. So it's beautiful, bro. It's
and how do you feel about today? Like, I mean, you know, 80 years, no alcohol. I mean, I assume today is like it's natural for you. You don't even think about it. You don't even have to deal with it.
I think on a personal level, it was very easy to deal with it, like personally.
And how people receive it.
Yeah, the temptation, because like I said earlier, that the temptation disappeared from me. So I was within me. I was not like, j'ai envie, oh, mais je peux pas, j'ai promis. No, it just disappeared. There was no will anymore. There's no want anymore, right? The hard part was only with the social aspect of it, with my friends. A lot of people perceive you differently, you know, in the beginning at least. I was cut off from, you know, a lot of parties and all that, which I was like, come on, dude, you know.
Like this is what I feel right now.
Exactly. I was like, you know, just because I don't drink, I'm still the same guy. I can still have fun. Like, you can't just tell me, okay, you're not invited anymore because you don't drink, so you will feel awkward or we'll feel awkward. No, if I'm telling you I feel okay, then there shouldn't be any reason for you guys to feel awkward. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying I don't want to drink, and it's personal. And I think with time, we all evolve, you know. And, you know, our friends, they were also very open, I guess, after a couple of months. They were open to that, and, you know, everything's back to normal. And honestly, I just feel that alcohol was just a chapter that is long gone. Like, I don't care about it.
Yeah, and I think that what happened is that, like you said, you know, the social aspect of it, it's pretty hard, but everybody knows. I mean, if you look at it, 99.9% of the people around you and humanity knows that, you know, drinking alcohol is bad for you, right? I mean, it's been proven that, you know, it damages your brain, it makes you less disciplined, but, you know, at the same time, if, you know, like almost 70% of the population is doing it, it's because there's a benefit in another way of doing, you know, seeing it in another angle. So maybe there is a benefit where people feel more relaxed, which was my case. I feel more, how do you say that? I was more friendly. I was more like stressing about life, less stressing about life.
Yeah.
You know, all that aspect probably was bringing something good. But in long term, you know, studies show that it damages your brain, it damages your lungs. It's basically it's number one in cause of death for humans, right? So, you know, like, but still, like, we do it. Still, like, we don't want to. We don't want to drink. We want to be like the person that. I wish I would stop drinking, but then going back to what she said, that day you said it's now or never.
Yeah.
The same thing I did on the 28th of December. I said it's now or I wait after the 31st of December. And how many years we did that?
Oh,
you know, how many people did that? You know, we say after the New Year, but why? Yeah. Why not start now and not drinking at New Year, you know? And I've implemented that. And the fact that, you know, sometimes in today's world, which is cool, you know, you have social media, you impose yourself. Well, people see it in a different angle, you know?
Yeah.
Right now, like, a lot of people will never say, let's go have a drink, knowing that, hey, he doesn't drink, you know? Like, I mean, Sunday I went with my cousins after so long, and they were all like, oh my God, no, you're not drinking stuff. Even if I wanted, they were not letting me.
Yeah.
You know, how crazy is that?
No, that's the crazy part. And there's one other thing that I notice is that, you know, when you are doing something good, right? Let's say, I'm not talking good for humanity, but I'm talking about good for yourself, right? It's a good initiative that you're taking by not drinking, because like you said, we all know drinking is not a good thing to do. So, or exercise, for example, the way you're doing your exercise right now, right? when you do that, and back in the days, I remember there was a lot of people that I still remember they stopped drinking, but they would hide. They would say, and they would just like isolate themselves because of maybe judgment or this and that, or they would themselves feel that, you know what, I have no more place in that space, so I'm just gonna isolate myself, right? Whereas I'm like, no, if you're stopping to you stop drinking, you still be out there, still socialize and all that stuff. And the beautiful thing is that you might inspire people around you. And I know for a fact, without naming anyone, I know at least 3 people that I could easily name that I inspired.
No, I'm one of them.
Well,
I'm one of them now.
okay, then you named
Like, I mean,
yourself.
3 months.
At least 2 more that I know.
Okay,
in my
I
close-
was in the 3.
Yeah, close around me.
Okay, nice. Okay, I'm like, you better name me, man.
So at least 2 other people in my close circle that stopped drinking because of me. They don't need to tell me. I don't need to know. I know, but I don't need you to tell me that, oh, you inspired me. You're telling me you're being, frank about it. But it's not about telling me. What I'm saying is when you're on the right path, it's beautiful how much you can inspire people.
Oh, yeah.
And with social media, it's even better because you could inspire someone that you have never met, that you probably will never meet. Somebody who's following your page in Kazakhstan, I don't know, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You could inspire so many people. And that's why I love social media. And, a lot of people say, oh, he's just, showing off on social media. No, it's not that. You're doing it, you're still putting the hard work, right? You're just you're showing it, showcasing it. And now you're inspired, not 1, not 2, not 3. Like me, I 3 people I inspired, but you're going to inspire thousands, and not even thousands, maybe hundreds and millions of people around the world, right? So that's what I like social media so much, is because you can put your good values out there, and you don't know whose life you'll change.
No, you don't know.
With that one video. And there are so many videos that have changed my life. Your videos definitely push me every single day. I go to gym on average 4 to 5 days a week. But you do that 7 days, I'm constantly thinking, you know what, you did 4 days this week now, man. Next week you gotta go minimum 5. Your boy is doing, I gotta do. So you see, indirectly you're inspiring me every single day.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So
it's
a
because what
beautiful
happens
thing.
is that basically you don't know. You can't know, right? You don't have the control over it. But back in your mind, you're like, even if it's 1, well, it's 1. I mean, at the same time, you're saying, listen, you hate me or you love me as long as you know me. Right? You know me. I mean, the same thing you said,
Exactly.
a lot of people would judge you. When I started my challenge, the first thing in my friends group, my friend told me, yo, Mostafa, everybody's talking about you at the soccer tournament. Like, everybody's saying, this guy's a show off. And this guy's a show off. Like, he's doing just a show off because he wants to put himself there. But those people don't know your reality.
Exactly.
Right? Your reality, they don't know. And you don't even know your reality until you're exploring yourself, and you're putting yourself out there, and that's it. But at the end of the day, how funny it is, those people, what are they doing to look at you and me? How come they have that much time to look at you and me? How come? So basically, I said to myself, with social media, I don't know if you noticed, but I've cut everything when it comes to social media. When Palestine thing happened with Israel, I was going nuts. I was going nuts, and at one point that I was becoming very emotionally disturbed. At one point I was like, dude, I'm giving up my family here. I'm going there to help. Like, I mean, I couldn't see those babies. I couldn't see those things. Anyway, short story. I was going literally like crazy about it, and it was affecting me very badly. And today, the only thing I do with my social media is posting my video that I constantly do it every single day, right? So I take my time and I put it in the right place, right? So social media is so powerful, it's so amazing. Know that how you use it, and it's fine to get all the negative comments as much as you have to accept as much as you accept the good comments, right?
It's part of the game.
It's part of the game. It's part there, but at the end of the day, I think it's the actions that counts.
Absolutely.
And
your actions, your values, your goals, and at the end of the day, that's the only thing that will matter. Only thing. It doesn't matter who says what. Whatever me, like if I tell you something, it doesn't matter. It's what you are doing, because the effect, you will see it. I will not see it. You will feel the effects of your hard work. You will feel the effects of your, constant gym exercising. You will feel the consequences of every single second that you spend with your kids. You will feel the consequence. You will see the consequences how you work. So everything c'est toi qui subis, personne d'autre. Les gens ils parlent, c'est tout.
You're responsible. And at the end of the day, the fact that you took control of your life,
Yeah, man.
8, 9 years ago. I mean, you were never a heavy drinker. Like you always like how do you say that, the social drinker. And it's important because a lot of people living what you were living back then, and this is one of the reasons why we're doing this podcast, taking this time together and sending that message out there.
Yeah.
So if we can help one person, it would be amazing, right?
Definitely.
So the moral and what we can learn is really one simple thing: is start today.
Yeah.
If you really want to, start today.
Yeah.
Don't let it for tomorrow. Don't leave it for tomorrow.
No.
Because what you can accomplish today, do it today, and this is the only way you can have results.
Absolutely.
And whether it's positive, negative, whatever it is, like you said, it's yourself. Nobody else.
Absolutely. And another thing that I truly now implement in every action that I do on a daily basis, okay? I don't think about consequences anymore. I don't think of the outcome anymore. I just put in the work. The outcome, I let it to the surprise, let's call it, Whether it's gym, whether it's work, whether waking up early, whatever it is, I don't think of outcome anymore. I'm just like, I want to do this, I want to do this. That's it. I do it then. If it brings me a good outcome, I will see it. Whenever the time comes, the outcome, it will show. But I don't do anything for results anymore. I just do it for the fact that I want to do it right now. That I must do it, like you said, you must do it. I don't care what the outcome will be because you have no control over the outcome. You only have control over your own actions.
Today.
So do today. So do the action, let the outcome for the higher power.
Definitely, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, this action that you took many years ago, and the fact that you're so constant about your training. I mean, like I saw lately that going from 35, 36, or 34%, 39% body fat. That's like, we all know it's huge. It's obese. Yeah, exactly. And bring it down to 19%. That just there is like one of the biggest accomplishments of your life.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because you have invested 100% of your biggest wealth, which is your time, in your own body.
Absolutely.
Right? It's mind-blowing when people don't understand this, which I was the first one not to understand that. Okay, I'll do everything to make money by destroying my body, where today I'm like, no. Let's invest everything on my body, on myself, and then when I'm perfectly fit and 100% disciplined, committed, knowing my goods and bads, and knowing my right and left, then whatever I touch becomes gold.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable how society trains you in the opposite way.
Absolutely. And yesterday, just to finish off, I was watching something on YouTube, a podcast about health, and I'll quote this man. I don't know if we're allowed to, but Ryan Fernandez. He's a nutritionist. He's the one he's a nutritionist of Virat Kohli, the cricketer. So this guy says your body is your biggest, most important real estate. You need to take care of it, or else you'll lose it. It's your real estate, and you want to be the owner of this real estate, or you want to be just a tenant. If you're a tenant, means that you just eat n'importe quoi, do whatever, you don't care that much because you're a tenant. You don't care about the building, right? We were talking about that earlier, like some tenants don't care about your building, right? But if you're the owner, you're going to take care of this body, right? You're going to take care of your real estate, right? So when I listened to that last night in the podcast, I was like, dang, this is good. So I'm quoting Ryan.
Nice. But it's good because, what you learned yesterday.
But I'm real estate, so this guy talks about it. I'm like, damn, this guy, he knows his shit. So, so it's beautiful.
Yeah,
well, you want to be a tenant or you want to be an owner? You want to...
We all know that, whatever we put in our body is going to define us who we are, right? Absolutely. I mean, it's what you eat.
You're defined by what you eat.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So, and we know that all this is not good. We know all that, but we still do it. And the only reason is really society. Absolutely. I mean, and one of the things, like, Guillaume Bernier from last week, last time that I was with him on the podcast, I saw his video yesterday. He's like, he was showing, I think it was butter, or something like that, keto or something, like he's saying that butter, gluten free. You know, that was the advertising there. The guy goes like, dude, what gluten free? You know, I mean, like, there's no blade. You know, there's no blade in a butter. Like, I mean, how can you put gluten free? You know. And I was like, damn, it's so true. It's all the marketing. It's all what
Absolutely.
you see there. Like, oh, I'm gonna buy this because it's gluten free, dude. There is no gluten.
It's
right?
just the same thing as with Coke Zero and Diet Coke and all
Exactly.
that. Worse than the other ones, you know.
You know, it's like the same thing with vegans, like, you know, Beyond Meat and this and that. It's all processed. It's all processed meat, and the first ingredient you see, it's vegetable oil, which is your first enemy.
Worse.
The first enemy is vegetable oils.
Yeah.
You know, and this is what I took a nutrition course, and that was the first thing before sugar.
Absolutely.
And it's insane.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of we're growing the way we grow up. Okay, we'll grow up with love, right? Like our mothers, our sisters, or grandfathers, parents, grandparents, they shower us with love, and most of the time they shower with food also, right?
Mm-hmm.
They teach you, oh, eat, right? And we come from a culture where eating is very
common.
I mean, it's very encouraged. You know?
Encouraged, yeah.
And so, I mean, big meals, right? Big meals is encouraged. So, it's so wrong. It's so wrong. We overeat. We overeat. You know. And now I don't want to go too far from the subject, but you know, we overdo everything because that's how the society wants us to be. If you take charge of your life, when you become conscious and you're like, okay, you know what, this, I don't need it anymore because I don't need it. That's it. That's the sentence. I don't need it. Why am I doing it? I'm doing it because of the social aspect of it. Because we're trained subconsciously to be like that. When you go to a breakfast restaurant, right? That meal that you eat early in the morning, that fucks you up for the rest of the day, you know? It screws you up. But we're pushed to eat. Oh, it's the first meal of the day.
We eat with our eyes.
Yeah, it's the first meal of the day. You gotta have a good portion. You don't need that because the moment you eat that much early in the morning, then you're foggy for the rest of the day. So you're constantly eating more coffee, this and that to keep awake. You don't need that. I've been doing intermittent fasting for about a year and a half now regularly. But prior to that, I did it for like 8 months, 9 months. And I can vouch, I can tell you that when you eat less, you're way more energetic and you're way more sharper mentally. Like you have energy, mental energy, and you have body energy. Just because you're eating less, because that's how much your body needs, you know. You eat exactly what your body requires based on the energy level that you spend. So overeating is one thing, alcohol and all that. So
there's so many things, you know, it's all about the mindset. So that being said, thanks Fred for this amazing opportunity.
Thank you for
guys, if you were looking for a house, commercial, residential, anything that it's with real estate, you know where to find FRAIDZADA, Royal Lepage Triomphe, South Shore of Montreal. And what a great day, man. What a great day to start, you know, with a training together.
Thank you for having me, and I'm very proud for what you're doing. Keep it up.
Always, we got each other, and we will support each other no matter what. And this is the first of many more.
Absolutely.
And you know, we don't have all day, unfortunately. Otherwise, we would be here and
many hours.
Yeah, exactly. But
yeah, definitely.
And now it's time to grind, and let's keep it up. And till the next one.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.